everything changes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Cheeky Network, where the best content is on YouTube. We are back with another video. It's your boy Danny, and we are I'm going to just do a first impressions on Dauntless. What I like, what I don't like, and I hope you guys enjoy. Remind you, these are just opinions, so don't take them as fact. I'm not a game developer. I'm just a lover of games, and let's get right into it. Okay, so Dauntless. For those of you who don't know, Dauntless is an action role-playing game. Basically, just to give you a quick little synopsis, you're a slayer, and there's all these big bad behemoths / monsters who are terrorizing the people of whatever this universe is. So you're basically there to slay these monsters and take their loot and make better armor and weapons for yourself. And overall, I would have to say that this game definitely, it lacks a lot of things, especially things that its competition does way better. And by competition, I mean Monster Hunter. This game kind of makes it's very simplistic. Everything's very simplistic about this game. It kind of gives you a limited experience that you would get from a Monster Hunter, but it also has a lot of potential. And by that, what I mean is, basically the pros of the game. And the pros of the game is that it's straight to the action. You don't really have too much of a story in this game, which is a big negative to me, because I feel like this is a whole new universe, a whole new IP that they've created, and they're not really telling us too much. I'm guessing there probably is going to be it's going to be like Destiny 1, where you never really got a real story, but you had to read up on things, which I think that's ridiculous. But because there's no story, it's just right after the first cutscene, you basically just jump in and you start slaying these monsters. And I mean, I think that can be a plus. Another plus would definitely be the different monster types. I've been playing this game for about, I want to say, it's going to be a day now. So in probably about 6 hours worth of gameplay. And I have to say that I have yet to find a monster that acts the same way that another monster might act like. So I'll give them that. At least their monsters are very unique. They're also very detailed. Whoever created these monsters definitely put a lot of effort into it, because they look pretty cool for the most part. There's only one that I don't really like, but every other one, it has very different personalities, I would say, when it comes to these different monsters. Like the one we're about to fight right now, this guy, he calls in little minions or something that you have to kill, and then he also develops this ice shield around his body, so it kind of makes him immune to your attacks. So you have to break through his ice shield, and then continue attacking him. When it comes to customization, I think that's another pro, especially for your character. When it comes to armor, the basic customization, like the way you look, it's very limited. Um, but I mean, that's something they can add on to. That's nothing. That's not really that big of a deal. Uh, but the armor customization, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of weapon customization, and I want to say, if I remember reading this correctly, they said there's over 100 different types of armor and weapons to create and craft. So I mean, that's a good thing. You're definitely gonna get a lot of hours out of this game. Um, Another thing I would say is that the crafting is pretty good. It's not too complicated like Monster Hunter, where you had to find very specific things in order to get that specific armor. This is a little bit more user friendly, and I like. You still have different tier materials that you need to obtain, but it's not as hard to find those materials. But when when you start getting into higher tier monsters, I'm starting to notice that it's harder for them to drop things that you would need in order to craft stronger armor. So I guess as the farther you go, the more hard it is to get the armor you need to be successful. But those are really about all the pros I have for this game at the moment. Visually, it's a pretty decent looking game. It's not too graphically intensive, but it has its I like it. It has its little what would you say? I don't know, but it's not too graphically intensive, but it's decent. It's decent. The worlds look different. They all have nice vibrant colors. So I mean, I can't complain. But let's go right to the cons or the negatives of this game. Number one, there's no story. Like I said, I've played a good 6 hours. I really haven't gotten too much of a story, but I kind of understand it. It is a free-to-play game, and I feel like they probably are just gonna continue to dive into the lore of this universe. But we'll see. I don't think we'll ever get a real story, which I think is needed, especially because you created this is a new universe that we've been introduced to. The worlds themselves that the monsters are in are very small compared to the competitor, Monster Hunter. It lacks life. There's only when you jump into the worlds, you really only have one. There's only one enemy on the whole map, and I think they need to change that up. They need to maybe add a little bit of maybe do a couple waves of smaller enemies, and then we like at the far end of the map. That's when you beat the big boss or something, because it's kind of you kill the behemoth, and then after that it's kind of like, okay, well now let's go back to the hub and let's craft some more. And I think they need to flesh that out a little bit more. They need to add more to that, because people are gonna be really grinding this game. It's very grindy, but I think they could just make that experience a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable for the player. Another thing that is limited would have to be the attacks. Your character, like, all the weapons are very unique in their own little way, so I would say in order for you to enjoy this game fully, you need to experiment with all the weapons, not just have your main. I know people love to have, like, this is my main thing, I only use this type of weapon, but truthfully, I don't think you'll enjoy it if you don't use every other weapon in the arsenal that you have. yeah, you won't enjoy it as much as you would if you were to use the axe, the spear, the gun. So definitely don't be afraid to use all the weapons that they offer you. The the combos in this game, they're very basic, to say the least. You're gonna be doing the same attack over and over. You're gonna be button mash. Sorry, you're gonna be button mashing for most of this game. It's square for light attacks, triangle for heavy attacks, and then depending on what weapon you have, R1 for like a special move or a special ability. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not really gonna. They haven't fleshed out all of the combos. Hopefully, they add more to that, but I doubt they will. You probably just get more cooler looking armor. I mean, cooler looking weapons, but not really changing too much of the system. And I think the last negative I have really is right now, the game just released 2 days ago. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a break, but matchmaking is very buggy. Sometimes it'll take like a good five minutes just to get into a lobby. Also, when you try and create a party, at least I think right now what I'm experiencing is that I can't play with friends. It completely I don't know, it doesn't work. So definitely need to work on the servers, make sure that they're capable of handling the demand. But yeah, man, I have to say that's really about it. Like I said, it's a game that has a lot of potential, but they definitely need to, if they want this game to be successful, they need to treat it like they treated Fortnite, where they have continuous updates. Because they need a team that's continuously focusing on this and listening to the fan base, and continually working on feedback and making sure the game is as optimized as possible. Because if not, this game will die just as quickly as any other game that we know, Apex, all that. So as long as they continue to listen to our critiques, and as long as they continue to add more content, I think this game will be fine. But only time can tell. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of my first impressions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my first time doing this, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it is harder than it seems. This is like my fourth take, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below what you guys think about this game. Tell me if you're playing it right now. What's your build or whatever. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.